Hello, Dr. Malina Fielder. Thank you for joining Animal Wellness Podcast. It's really nice to have you on board. And our listeners would probably like to hear a bit about your background and where you've come from. So, Malina, you've worked with us for many years now, and I understand that you were born in Bosnia and you graduated at a university vet school in, I'm not sure where, but you can tell us. And then after you graduated in Europe, you continued to work as a veterinarian and also specialized in making diet and nutritional plans for, I believe, small animals. Is that right, Malina?
Yes, and large animals. And I want just to say hi, Elaine, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, welcome.
And we will have a nice chat about nutrition for dogs, mainly dogs for now.
Yes, yeah, there's so much to cover in nutrition, isn't it? And as you and I have discovered over our many years of being vets, you can tell so much about the animal's health by what it's actually eating or being fed. And also you can bring it back to health if you change their diet from, highly processed kibble food to specific fresh foods. And so that's where you've gone on to specialize and then also produce your own supplements. So would you like to, tell us a little bit about that journey and when you discovered that you could do, really healthful things for dogs by changing the diet?
Yes, I can talk. Firstly, I would like to say that I am so privileged that I worked with you in a classical medicine, in a holistic medicine, with acupuncture, laser treatment, and Chinese medicine, herbal. I learned so much, and I saw so many different things that no other vet clinics are doing in classical medicine, in alternative medicine. So that was just, discovery for me, as a vet working in Australia. I started... Sorry, did you want to say?
I said thanks for that. And I know that we've seen a lot of chronic diseases get better with what we do, which is, it's basically why we do what we do, isn't it? The reward for fixing animals and chronic things that perhaps standard medicine doesn't really have answers for.
Yes, and we saw, thanks to that, we saw so many different diseases that vets gave up, even the specialists. Then they are coming to animal wellness, and dogs continue to live and improve in their energy. So all these little aspects, helped nutrition and alternative medicine, acupuncture, and holistic approach, to different diseases. So it was, it's really good to work at such place. And I also more specialized in diets, for cats, but mainly for dogs, because it's a large area. And how it started, I worked as my first job in Slovenia was a veterinary nutritionist. So I learned really well how to make, how to do diet plans for different animals, but mainly, I got that now when we are doing different diet plans for dogs and supplements. So that I was, working on that in your clinic as well. And I would like to talk today about different diet plans, different ways of feeding dogs. So as we all know, a commercial is the most used diet, although we all know there are good and bad sides of the commercial food, because it's easy to be given. It's quite affordable, and you don't need much time to prepare to give to your dog. So that's the way why people are using. Then there are different other diets like raw, that's getting very popular, homemade, and then we also have vegetarian and vegan diets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do find in our cancer patients, for instance, and actually most of our chronic disease patients, by increasing the amount of fresh vegetables, and I usually tell people to put them in bone broth and cook the vegetables. And I do find that the sulforaphanes, for instance, in the cruciferous vegetables like the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts and those that smell really sulfurous, have huge healing properties and need to be part of the food. So sulfur itself, and then the antioxidants in those brightly colored vegetables like beetroot and carrot and all the greens with the high level of magnesium, they seem to be a huge nutritional advantage to help the animal get better, both actually people and dogs. And then a small amount of vegetable material for the cats also I find is very, very useful. And there was one thing I did want to say, that as you said, a lot of people are going to the raw foods, and there are some advantages to that. But when you look at the prey model, where I think they might be making some mistakes, is the prey model is, the dog kills a rabbit or a rat or something, and then he eats the stomach contents. And the stomach contents is cooked vegetables with enzymes. And so all these lovely people that go to great extent because they love their pet so much, and they're making zucchini noodles and all this raw vegetables, and it's passing right through the dog's guts coming out the other end. You see the peas and the zucchini, they're just not digesting.
There is a reason for that, because dogs cannot ingest something that have holes, like for example whole grain or brown rice. And it's not even good for people because it has lots of lectins, lots of anti-nutrients. So for dogs you do white rice definitely. And
but really well cooked though.
Very well cooked, and that's 100% digestible, definitely. But as I said, like there are different diets, but all of these diets has to be supplemented, even the commercial food that's meat-based, because of 60% of nutrients in commercial food is utilized in dogs' intestines. So 40%, like we saw that lots of B vitamins can be destroyed, like 60%. And that is due to high temperature processing and long storage. Raw meaty diets has to be supplemented because they are lacking lots of microelements, minerals that are extremely important for their tendons and joints. And then we have lots of gastrointestinal problems because believe it or not, dogs are allergic to meat. And that is the fact.
It is becoming a bit more common, I think, in that some dogs have allergic responses to particular proteins. So there are some beef allergies, and there are, I think, perhaps the chicken meat allergies could possibly be from the grains that the chickens are being fed, and also perhaps the way that the crops like the wheat and the corn are GMO'd and sprayed with glyphosate, so that would come into the grain, which would come into the muscle, which would then cause a dysbiosis in the gut. Because glyphosate, for instance, in the wheat and the grains, which is Roundup, which is weed killer, was registered as an antibiotic. So that's why I think when we have these chronic diarrhea cases and we do the PCR testing, they come up with a Clostridial, a gram-negative problem. I think it's because they're on antibiotics, like they don't realize they're on antibiotics, but it is in the meat because it's in whatever the animal is eating, isn't it?
Yeah, there are so many secrets and hidden things that it's really like so many of them. Like it would be a long story. But I would say one of the toxins that is extremely potent and prevalent, and it's absorbed and stored in the muscles. So it's concentrated in different animals, mainly in beef, because they're big animals. It's called dioxin.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the one who is causing like cancers and is stored in liver, and it's poisonous for every cells. But the other one that is, it's mainly from animal proteins or meat is ammonia. And we know like not many vets are mentioning ammonia at all. But for example, with ulcerative colitis, no vets would say, okay, don't feed any allergens, and that would be specifically meat and gluten. So
Yeah, gluten is a baddie. Do you think well, there is in humans, of course, there's non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which I think is fairly common, and people kind of ignore the fact that their guts are a bit rumbly. And I've often wondered if it's the glyphosate that's in the gluten, or is it just the gluten, or is it, you know?
because there are so many people. I know so many people. Fortunately, I'm not sensitive to gluten. I just love my fried duck, vegan duck.
Oh yeah, it tastes so good, doesn't it? That vegan duck.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's really
yes.
quite good, but it is full of gluten, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's a soy gluten
yes.
product, isn't it? That's good
It's
that
a
you eat
wheat, just wheat gluten, and I just enjoy it, and I love it, and
Yeah,
there's no problem with me, But
that's good.
I'm not
Is it?
saying I heard lots of people have problems with gluten.
Yeah, a lot of the vegan people that I know do have gut issues, and they probably are sensitive to the soy gluten fake meat. I do
Soy and gluten fake meat.
the fake meat. Yeah,
Maybe because what is also added, maybe, some products are really good quality, but some
not so
less
much.
good quality.
That's right. They might put some artificial, like carmine dyes, which are from insect bodies, aren't they, to get the
Yeah,
red
yeah,
color to make it look like meat. And
yeah.
yeah, some of the artificial preservatives and colorings that are added to those products. So just because it's a vegetarian base or vegan base doesn't necessarily mean that it's a healthy product. Lots of sugar, lots of preservative, lots of
If
artificial coloring.
if it's how can I say, if it's processed a lot.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, processed, like any processed product is not really, but good, not really the healthiest.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that because of these different deficiencies, in different diets, in animal wellness, we have supplements that we specifically created for different types of diets based on which nutrient is deficient in that particular diet. We also didn't forget vegetarian and vegan people that would love to have their dogs on supplements. My company in UK, which the name is Shevega, SHEVEGA.com. I'm also inviting all vegetarians and vegans, if they have a wish to transfer their dogs or feed their dogs. They will. We imported supplements in Australia, so they can try them, because it's extremely important for plant-based dogs to be on 100% complete supplements, really good quality. And also we have more for raw supplements at Animal Wellness that I would recommend, with many others, good quality supplements. So if people are interested, we are happy to to explain the benefits.
So with the owners, the vegan owners and the vegetarian owners that would like to feed their dog a more ethical, nutritionally balanced vegetarian mostly diet, do you specify which particular like amino acids and trace minerals and fatty acids could be missing in and B vitamins that could be missing if they were to just make up their own vegetable
because there is a difference between the requirements for dogs. Dogs are omnivores, so they have different nutritional requirements, which are different than human ones. Like we humans, we don't need as much protein, as much zinc, iron, and other stuff that are commonly found in meat, which dogs have high requirements in these amino acids and and the minerals, like for example iron, zinc, which is normally like in animal products. So I would like to tell those people to be very careful. They can't just put plants in front of their dog and expect they will be healthy. So the main thing in supplements are taurine, carnitine, which the lack of these amino acids can cause dilated cardiomyopathy, which is happening with not only plant-based dogs, but with a few other, like breeds. And
there was some commercial foods that seemed to be linked to a cardiomyopathy event. And also they were talking about grain-free diets causing cardiomyopathy. I think the research was being done in Melbourne, and they were linking it to some.
Yes, because even in practice, dogs that are on grain-free diet, which is meat-based, but they're just using some exotic supplements to the grains. So they're using, I don't know, like a different, the sources, not rice, not oats, but something else. That dogs where the intestines are not accommodated because the absorption of these, like for example, taurine is dependent completely on bacteria. So if microbiome is out of balance, then dogs cannot absorb taurine from these exotic sources. Even and also the other reason is because there are some dogs, like for example Newfoundlands, that genetically they can't produce, they can't actually digest taurine, and they can't absorb. So their ability is lower. There are some breeds that are sensitive or genetically cannot, use taurine. So they can develop heart murmurs. And I would also recommend, even if dogs are on meat that is rich in taurine, I would say adding, like if you have a dog maybe with some murmur, adding a bit of taurine and trying with that, and magnesium, which
I find the magnesium really helpful.
Yes,
I found the magnesium and hawthorn berry and a little bit of vitamin E and some fish oil seem to really help. Then I found that one supplement that we use a lot of, Heart Care Plus, because it had everything in there, and it saved me having to pull off, some magnesium tablets and some fish oil and some hawthorn from my herbal dispensary. And it's all in this one tablet. You beaut.
Everything is in one tablet.
Yeah.
That's true. Also, omega-3 is extremely important. But omega-3, you can DHA EPA, you can get from marine algae, which is, you know, like one variety for vegetarians. And yeah, this is really important. So then other amino acids that are missing in a plain diet, like methionine, in fact, tryptophan, I found in a research that shouldn't be given to dogs with pancreatitis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, tryptophan, if it's given like added, and I know that that's given like for to calm down dog, you know, it's good for to calming down. But if it's given like separately as an amino acid, yeah, it can cause actually to dogs who are prone to pancreatitis, it can trigger it. Yeah, so
maybe give that whaling tang at the same time if you're going to do that, or maybe not give tryptophan to those dogs. Luckily, most of the dogs that are on tryptophan that we have tend to be medium to large breeds with anxiety and aggression sort of issues, so mostly it's okay. But yeah, I'll remember that.
Yeah, just to check if it's not pancreatitis there, but you know, if not, that's fine. Then what else do we give to the vegetarian or vegan diets? Definitely omega-3, which is marine algae, then D3, which is again from the lichen or from the marine algae, B1, B2, B6, B12.
Do you
That's
use
all.
like a mushroom source for those, like, or a yeast, a nutritional yeast? What sort of?
Yeah. That can be from the yeast, definitely. Yeah. Then what do we have in our Vega supplements? We added also in all of that, but also prebiotics.
Inulin, like
sorry?
would that be
Inulin, yeah, and Saccharomyces.
Oh, Saccharomyces.
So Saccharomyces is excellent. And we also added some healing herbs like turmeric, cinnamon.
Those are amazing. I think
yes.
I made cookies for my dad when he had Alzheimer's and dementia. I think you probably were around when I was making those. So
yeah, turmeric. Yeah, I remember that.
And I put nutmeg, cinnamon, turmeric, ginger in it was a sorghum flour with coconut oil for the medium chain triglycerides. And I also used butter and eggs. And so the yolk of the egg has those, it's actually an analog of the PEA, the palmitoyl ethanolamide, and all of the B vitamins and things that are in egg yolk. And so I used to just make those cookies. You do have to add a bit of sugar to make them a bit palatable, and so it all sticks together.
Yeah.
But
because turmeric can be a bit like.
Yeah, but I used a lot, and my fingers would always get yellow making them. And then I put a walnut on top because walnut has some specific nutrients for the brain as well. And
on omega-3 ALA, because we can transfer ALA into DHA and EPA, which are anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
And that's also a big help,
Yeah. And in Chinese medicine, the whaling tang, for going back to the pancreatitis cases, they do have things like cinnamon. And it seems like also the nutmeg probably helps the dementia patients too. It does get into the brain. I know that people that OD on nutmeg kind of get a bit, get a high from it. So it does cross the blood-brain barrier. We should make those cookies for dementia cookies for dogs and people. Seeing
definitely
into that. I need somebody to help me get that out there. We need to do that because it really did help Dad. I think the ginger and the turmeric was helpful for his arthritis too. He was walking a fair bit better when he was on those things.
Oh yeah, I have lots of people telling the turmeric, activated turmeric, and then you have omega-3 as well. That is really good way to help.
Anti-inflammatory. Yeah, that's right. So important, all this nutritional advice. So I'll get our web person to put a link to your Vega, so people in Australia buy it already?
Yes, people can buy. They are here in Australia. I just have to do custom clearance. We have an import permit, And we are the only supplements, actually 100% complete supplements for vegan and vegetarian dogs in Australia.
Oh, that's good. Is it a powder?
Yes, it's the powder, because the previously there was a veggie dog, but that they were also 100% complete supplements for vegan dogs, but they're not available anymore for some reason.
Okay.
So we are the only one, like
That's great.
that are available. And
yeah, that's great. Well done, Malina, for forging ahead and getting that done. That's so good. Okay, and well,
that's
thank you
great.
so much
Thank
for chatting to us tonight. And yeah, is there anything that you'd like to just add before we close the podcast?
Yeah, maybe I can say about lots of people are actually worried, like the vegan and the vegetarian, about the collagen. But I would recommend a Japanese natto, that's fermented soybeans,
Yes,
vitamin
yes.
C and antioxidants that naturally boost collagen formation and to restore damaged collagen. So yeah, I would support, like I'm for ethical nutrition whenever can it be. And yeah.
So yeah. What about so is the natto in your supplement, or do they have to buy that separately?
Sorry, is it?
Is the
Natto.
natto?
Natto has to be frozen.
So you have
Because
to buy that one separately.
yeah, frozen has to be bought separately.
That's also
But
really
everything
great.
else is in supplements. Everything, like what their dogs would need. The plant-based dogs. Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. So I guess I'm a bit of a fence sitter, because I kind of like, as a vet dentist, I like to have the dogs chew on cartilage and dried meat. So I think I would be like at least a 10 to 20% with that,
Okay.
and then your vegan foods as well. I just find,
Okay.
but I do have some vegan clients who are making sweet potato chews for their dogs.
Oh, there, Elaine, trust me, there are so many now, like whatever dogs need, you can have it. There are so many good vegan dental chews.
That's nice to know. Yeah, we should
And
get more of those.
no risk of breaking tooth.
Yeah, well, that's true. When I explain about the bones, I always say it's got to be the cartilage and supervised chew, and don't feed soft bones
Yes.
because they break their teeth. And when it gets to the hard shaft of the bone, you have to throw it away. You have to be watching, and it might be a 5-minute chew. So yeah, that is a bit hard, isn't it? And dogs definitely do break their teeth when they get.
Yeah, well, we had so many dogs in your clinic, like
yeah.
in animal wellness,
Any
with
clinic
those
all
chips,
over the world, they do. All over the world, they break their teeth on bones and sticks and rocks too. But that's why I like supervised bone. But the trade-off is they get better periodontal health, and if you can get good reduction of plaque and calculus off teeth on sweet potato chews, I'd be very keen for people to be doing that sort of thing,
rather than giving a big bounce, and then dogs can.
Well, cartilage and dried tendon still kind of works. They don't break their teeth on those bits. But yeah, you're right. The hard shaft of the big part of the bone, they do break their teeth. You've got to be careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Teeth are tough, aren't they? And they're difficult to maintain good oral hygiene and good dentistry for everyone for their whole life. It's a big area. It's a big area.
Yeah, that's why we always recommend doggy toothpaste.
Yeah. And we like, you know what? We just use the seaweed, the dried seaweed powder on the
dried seaweed powder. Wow, that's really good.
Because there is one called Plaque Off, and we worked out that that's what it was. It was actually seaweed powder. So we import the same seaweed in like a kilogram, and then we put them in little affordable pouches for people. And we just tell them to put a bit of butter or coconut oil on the end of a soft toothbrush, like very fine.
Wow.
and then get the owner to use that to get the plaque off daily, and then just use, because it has to be a little bit abrasive, and the seaweed powder is a little bit abrasive. And obviously you can't use human toothpaste because they don't rinse and spit, and you're not meant to be swallowing all of that fluoride. You're just meant to have a bit of the toothpaste on your teeth and then rinse and spit, so you're not swallowing it. Well, dogs don't do that, so you can't use human toothpaste. And most of the dog toothpaste have sorbitol or, you know, artificial colors and artificial sweeteners. And I'm like, why? They don't need that.
Yeah, natural way is that is the best.
Yeah, get them to chew. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, and have a great night, and we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elaine.
You're welcome. It's great to have these podcasts up for people.
Yeah.
Okay, see you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.